Welcome back guys to our second video. In this video I will teach you guys on how to create the backend for this system. Okay, so right now let's go to our VS Code. Okay, it's good. We will be creating a new controller, right? Well, let's just copy this and then create a new file and then let's name it names.php. Okay, paste that. Okay, and then change this to names, right? Very good. So right now, let's just delete this. Don't need this. Right now we need to create 4 functions, right? It's create, read, update, delete data functions. Okay. So for fetching data, let's just type public function fetch data, right? This is for fetching data. Let's just put a comment, fetching data. Okay. And then this function will be calling the model for it. Since the model is not yet existing, we will be creating it later on, right? And then on that model, it has a function, same name, and will fetch the data on a database, right? Okay, so this function is done. Let us create a function for creating data. Okay, so sorry. We'll just copy this, right? But before that, we'll be creating a payload. This variable, actually, this variable payload is what will we be sending when we are calling the function. Since we are creating data, we are sending something to our server to be saved on our database, correct? Right. So payload, and then decode. We'll be decoding the data, and then we'll call file get contents, right? And then alright, that's done. Let us copy this 2 times for creating, updating and deleting data. Sorry. So updating data. Update data. This is for deleting. Right. So delete data. Okay. So right now, let us create a model for it, since the model that we are currently calling is not yet existing, right? So let's create names underscore model with PHP. Okay. I'm just pasting something here. Okay. Then we'll be creating a class named names underscore model. That's good. Okay. Split screen. Okay. Now I'm just copying something here. I have prepared an API already. Okay. So this function rather will get every data in our database, right? Let's visit our database. Currently it has like 10 11 values, so let's delete values that doesn't have any relevant value at all. Okay. Okay. And then after it gets every data on that table, we'll be placing it inside an array, right? This one. And that array will be encoded back into JSON format, right? When we call this API right here, okay? So let's just call autoload and then place name of the model, okay? And then let's test it on our Postman. If you don't know what Postman is what you will use to test your API backend APIs. Okay, so let's type the path, okay, and then names, fetch data. Okay, let's just check on what happened with that error. Okay, this one. Okay, as you can see, we have successfully fetched the data on our table, right? Okay, it's good. Now we need to return and create a function for creating data, of course, right? So let's just copy this. Okay. So what you need to do is, of course, please pause the video and then type this, okay? After pausing the video, so when we are creating data, when we are actually calling this function, right? When you are creating a data, you are giving something to the server, right? In which case, it could be a form, it could be JSON. In our project, we'll be using JSON, right? Okay, this one. So actually, there's something missing here, right? Payload. So after we decode the strings or the form that was given to us by the front end, right? We'll be giving that to our API, this one, right? And then our model, right, from the controller here, we'll be getting that data onto our model so that we can insert that data to our table, right? So this function right here, this checks if our payload has a value or not. Of course, if it doesn't have any value, it should return failed, right? Else, if our payload is not null, meaning it has a value, we'll be creating a variable, right? We'll be creating an array. And inside that array are the required parameters for us to insert onto our table, right? So this text full name, it comes from this one, right? Text full name and text status. So we are sending the text full name with the key of text full name and the value of whatever the user had sent to us, correct? And then the text status is just A, it's for active, right? After that, this variable, we will be inserting that to our table, correct? And then we'll be returning a response in the form of JSON that says it has success in inserting data, right? So let's just test this, okay? So copy this, post, create data, right? And then the body should be raw, application JSON, right? So what are the needed parameters? Let's just copy that. This one. What you actually need is just a text full name, right? So let's just delete this. And this should be enclosed in double quotes. And then let's just try sample data from postman, and then let's hit enter. Okay. There is an error. Let's just check what the error is. Okay. There should have slashes. Okay, let's just test it again. Undefined index text full names. Okay, so that was a successful. We just need to change our parameter to text full names. Since, yeah, okay. Postman 1. Okay, let's just check our table if it is successfully inserted. Okay, as you can see, 2 data were inserted, right? So right now we need to create a function for updating data, right? Okay. Right now we need to create an API or model function for updating data. So right now I'm just copying something right here. Okay, hit pause, copy this, right? Okay, good. Now, same as creating data, of course, if the payload is indeed null, we should return a response that you need to check your data, right? But if the payload is not null, we need to get the data that has a certain ID that was given to us by the front end or by the user. So for example, if we have an ID 2 right here, it will return this row. If we give an ID of 10, it will return this row, correct? Okay, good. So right now, if the numRows function is greater than 0, of course, we will now insert the data, right? That came from our user. So the needed parameters here are ID name and text full name, right? So we created a variable right here which has an array, right? And then that array, we send that to this helper function right here, this query builder function. This function updates the table names with the data right here from where the ID is, the ID name. That ID name came from the user, right? Okay, so if the function is successful, we should return a response as well, right? So we need to test this. Okay, so we need to create this ID name and to text full name, let's say sample edit. Let's send that. Okay, let's check our database. Okay, as you can see, the table or the row has been edited, right? So like the delete data, the update data, the delete data is also the same. So we're just changing the query builder function. I prepared a function right here. Okay, hit pause, type it first. Okay, that's good. Right now, the same thing. If the payload is null, we will be returning a response, an error response. But if it's not, we will be searching again for a certain ID, for example, this one, 13, right? This will return this, correct? This ID name number 13 will return this row. Okay, that's good. So if indeed it returns something, of course, with this condition, you will delete the data on the table names with the ID given to us by the user, right? If the deleting procedure is successful, we will return a response, but if it's not successful, we will return an error, right? So let's test that. Delete data, right? Delete this, and we'll be deleting number 13. Okay, what happened? Okay, I didn't save it, sorry. Okay. Oh, oops, what happened? Please check your data. Okay, what happened? Okay. Just typo there. So the data indeed has been deleted. Okay. So right now we have concluded the second video for our series. This video is how you do the backend API, right? The next video will be the finishing video on how to access that on the front end, how to integrate the back end to our front end, and how to use AJAX as well. So guys, I hope that you did like this video. If you did, please leave a like or share this video. And thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day ahead. Thank you.